The Six Nations Elected Council and the senior administration team recently held Six Nations Days at Queen's Park. This was held on March 5th and 6th. We set up several meetings with a number of cabinet ministers and members of provincial parliament to introduce them to our community and to begin to establish a relationship with this new Ontario government. We also met with several opposition party MPPs. We met with the following cabinet ministers: Attorney General Caroline Mulroney, Minister of Finance Vic Fedeli, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing Stephen Clark, the President of the Treasury Board Peter Bethlen-Falvey, the Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture Michael Tobolo, the Minister of Infrastructure Monty McNaughton, and the Minister of Environment Rod Phillips. We also got the chance to have a few minutes with the Minister of Health Christine Elliott, who we ran into in the hallway. We also met with the opposition leader Andrea Horwath and several of the NDP MPPs. Additionally, we met with former Premier Kathleen Wynne and former Minister Michael Couteau. We also met with Mike Schreiner of the Green Party and several MPPs from across the province. We did have the opportunity to attend question period in the legislature and were acknowledged several times by various members. This political lobbying does pay off, as we have already received word that the funding for various programs at the Justice Department will continue for another year. As well, we received funding from the Ministry of Transportation for the rehabilitation of another bridge. We also held a meet and greet breakfast, which was attended by several other MPPs and Minister of Indigenous Services Greg Rickford and his staff, along with the leaders of the NDP, the Liberal Party, and the Green parties. They all attended the breakfast and brought greetings and pledged to work with Six Nations. It was an excellent 2 days at Queen's Park, and Six Nations' presence was certainly felt by the MPPs. Special thanks to Brant MPP Will Boma, who sponsored the room for our breakfast and encouraged the other MPPs to meet us. After the breakfast, I took part in a press conference with the NDP MPP Saul Mamakwa, who is an Indigenous person from Northern Ontario. He was presenting a private member's bill to get the Ontario government to endorse the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, and he asked me to join him and say a few words, which I was happy to do. It was a couple of good days for Six Nations at Queen's Park.